Everybody's done this 100 times. Well, maybe not 100, but a lot of times. Friend of the show. Friends of the show. Getting their own shows and shows upon shows. Starting a whole
Cottage
a whole
industry.
flock.
Yeah.
Yeah. Cottage industry.
Do you
Yeah,
want me,
Richard's
Sitting
cottage
around
industry.
talking.
Yeah.
Vicky? Do you want me to send you the link?
Oh, please. Yes.
Okay.
Yes. Okay. And there's the. Yeah, because of course, starting off with the values, and then those three that keep getting emphasized of the Earned Time Act, Second Look Act, Marvin Mayfield, and the Justice Roadmap, the Mothers Day Rally,
Yes.
the
May
12th,
8th. That's the 8th.
the 12th, and
right.
that's pretty much the show, and that'll be the show.
The
yeah.
8th, right? The Mother's Day thing is the 8th.
The
You said
8th,
The 12th.
the 8th, and then the
And
12th is
then
the,
the 12th is
the Communities Not
Communities
Cages.
Not
and-
Cages.
yeah.
And then there's something on the 13th down there
Something?
in Albany. Yeah, Thomas was telling me about today, so I
Thomas
said I might
Gant?
stay. No,
Thomas
Kern,
Kern?
our town.
Okay, now.
Wow, I don't know anything
I
about
was
the
talking- yeah,
13th.
it's something the 13th, so I might stay down there.
What?
That
You don't
makes
know what it
sense.
is. You can picture it. I don't even. I didn't even say nothing about the 13th. I mean, look.
No, the 6th. The
You said the
13th, the day
13th.
after the 12th. The
I-
13th.
Yeah,
I
you
got a
got it,
2-year-old baby. That's my story. I'm
I
sticking
got you.
to
I
it.
got you. No, I don't have anything on this, so they didn't tell me. And the 12th, I did have. What's the day? 7th.
The day's the
The
6th.
6th.
Yeah, yesterday was Cinco de Mayo.
Yeah, that's why I
Right,
don't know
that's
what
what
today
somebody-
is. Too many tequila.
I missed it.
You ain't say I have one tequila?
Not neither.
A
No
taco neither?
nothing.
Yeah, you served it. You did right.
I went to Cracker Barrel.
Ooh. You sold out the Mexicans for the Cracker Barrel. Oh my God.
Avocados are delicious.
Yes, they are. And I found out it promotes hair growth.
Is that why
Oh,
my hair's
wow.
growing in places I never wanted to get to?
No, but it does. There is I'll send you the thing. The seed of an avocado, whatever's in it, promotes hair growth. So you grate the seed. Listen, I found out the seed of the avocado, the skin of the banana, all this stuff we supposed to be
Be thrown
using.
away.
No, right. And they want you to throw away since the medical industry don't know that you can use this stuff.
And they want me to go to the store and spend $15
No.
for a jar of avocado oil.
Really. Are you cooking with it?
No, I'm not.
What you gonna do with the avocado?
I have no idea, but I got a bottle in my cabinet because they said go out and get this avocado on.
But if you going, it's not supposed to sit in your house. It's not like
Oil gets
refreshing.
rancid. No, it's not that. It's like
I know, but I'm saying you sitting in the closet. Why?
it's in the cat. It's rancid. Rancid. I said.
Why do you have
I just told
$15 and you have it cooked with it?
nothing. I ain't put it on
lotion,
my face,
this up, nothing.
hands. I ain't put it in my
So
head.
what is it supposed to
ain't
do?
Put it on the dog.
Is it a good luck piece or something? What the hell is it?
Well, in the cabinet, it's a centerpiece. No,
See,
because
now
you
you-
read these things and they tell you go out and get this and you get it, but then you don't use. I don't. I ain't got no time for like concoct this, mix
Oh
this
yeah,
up.
I hear you. You're not a scientist. Yeah.
No.
Okay.
I wanted to be, but I failed that, so I'm trying to mess up this.
No, I want to be beautiful and rich. I
Okay.
failed.
Okay, so,
Yeah.
so we're good now.
You know this is all preached though, that people can hear us talking.
I know, yeah. I
Yeah,
know.
it's
That's
a
why
hot
I'm
mic.
quiet.
Yeah, it's a hot mic.
Well, we were talking about avocado oil. So if that offends anybody,
No,
So-
no, I'm all in favor.
have at it.
Yeah,
we was
yeah,
also
no, we
talking about
need-
some other stuff like where you go, Cracker Barrel and
Well, that's why
Cracker Barrel versus tacos and tequila for What's that Cinco de
Cinco de-
Mayo?
I didn't know it was the 5th. You know, old people, we pay attention
No,
to two
no.
dates, the 1st
I
and the 3rd.
forgot. I just forgot. I was speaking Spanish and I didn't even remember. Richard asked me.
You didn't
You
know
know,
you were speaking Spanish?
I know I was speaking Spanish. I just forgot that it was Cinco de Mayo. I mean, I was just speaking
Oh, you only
Spanish
speak
because
Spanish, right?
No, just for fun. I
Yes,
mean,
yes.
I like it. I like
Okay.
it.
No.
And
Anyway.
you like it, and you missed it on the Spanish speaking, drinking, eating day. That's
Yeah,
what
I
I'm
know. That's such a shame. I didn't even
Just like
get a
us, you went to
tequila,
Cracker Barrel.
Nothing.
What did you have?
Anyway,
Oh, I had the campfire roast beef with. They put it in aluminum foil. They just came back.
You know, aluminum
now
foil
be
is
careful
not like
because
taco
people
shell.
are going to watch this rather than our actual show. Okay? So I
But it
think
was-
are we
We're
are
ready.
we almost
Man,
ready?
we so
Everyone's
fired
ready
up.
to start.
We
We are very
up.
fired up.
Yes,
I
it
can see
is.
that. So
Okay,
our-
you got the clapper ready?
I do.
Okay, I'll reset the timer, and then when it says on the air, you're on the air.
Okay.
Welcome to Talking Peace with the Western New York Peace Center, being recorded here at Think Twice Radio in the home of the future, also the home of our friend and producer, Richard Wicca. Thank you, Richard. And I thank also our friends at WBNY, Buffalo's original alternative radio station. We love you at WBNY, our producers there, Greg Harvey and Brian Harrell. We're so grateful for them and for Buff State. So when I think of gratitude, I do think of our indigenous friends and our really BIPOC, Black, Indigenous, and people of color, and all wise people who do know, just how important gratitude is, how thankfulness is so key to any kind of peace of mind, no matter what, no matter how many things have gone wrong or how much oppression or violence we suffer. And they have suffered plenty. So many people have suffered so much. And certainly I want to recognize that we're on Haudenosaunee land, stolen and taken through violence and lies. And people who were enslaved and brought here against their will. And so that's why I said Black people, brown people, indigenous people, and people who realize just how important is thankfulness. So our Haudenosaunee friends start every gathering with acknowledging the people who made the gathering possible, and then thanking Mother Earth for giving us everything that we need for a good life here. Yes, all the beauty and the living waters that keep us, that are very life itself. Mini Wachoni, water is life. And all the wonderful plants and animals, and can name them and claim them and love them. So many of them, especially our wonderful trees that give us our very air that we breathe and hold the world together. And then the teachers and leaders that help us, the ones that actually do help us.
Yeah.
There's so many
Yeah,
that
they
do
do.
help us,
Yeah.
right?
Many enough to do.
And then of course the creator and the love that animates it all. And then, as some will say, Ashe, and some will also say, as the Haudenosaunee would say, Nyahweh, and then the people say no. So Nyahweh
Yo.
or Je. That's what our Tuscarora friends say, Je. But anyway, so thank you for that. And I am very thankful for our guests here tonight. I'm not so thankful for the, it's the wonderful and the terrible side by side every day, right? So I'm thankful that we're here talking about the injustices in the criminal justice system yet again. And it's just such a raunchy, rotten system that is just doing so much damage. But right alongside that are the courageous, wonderful people who keep speaking truth to power, who keep bringing it on, who keep standing up for what's right and for our loved ones. And so, and we have three of our best ones right here, right now, friends of the show all. And so we'll go right around. So Jerome Wright, thank you for being the co-director at Jails Justice Network. I know for those of you who are watching on video, you can see that I have the Jails Justice Network T-shirt on. Thank you, Jerome.
Thank you. Vicky, so you changed your name back to Victory.
Well,
right. Well, I'm
when
just
I
saying,
do, yeah,
when you
I
talk
use
about
it. I use it.
Well,
Yeah.
I'm trying to get everybody to embrace the fact that my name actually
Jerome
is
R. Wright.
Right. You know why? Because that is my name, and we shorten up everything. And
Yeah. No,
I'm
Jerome
trying.
R. Wright. So I'm
Yes.
sorry. And
No, it's
you
not a
are right.
problem. Yeah,
And you
are
are right.
Thank
You
you.
are
That's
right.
why I want to be.
That's why.
It.
That's a good reason. Oh, that's a great reason.
That is okay. So
yes.
Well, thank you anyway. It's always a pleasure to be here. Always a pleasure to be among not just friends but warriors. Because
Right.
we missing warriors, man. We're missing. We used to grow men and women to be warriors. That some people got to chill and do their thing, but we always had people who were willing to do whatever was necessary so that everybody could be all right. And we're lacking that. And
Well-
unfortunately, right now we got more women warriors than we got men.
Well-
And so it's great to be here. I also want to shout out to my position as the co-director of the Halt Solitary
Oh,
campaign.
of course.
Because we still
I
fighting
should
that
mention.
battle, and
Oh, yeah.
that is we'll talk about it in detail.
We'll
but
get
that's
into that.
asinine, yes.
We'll definitely.
Thank
We
you for
can't.
inviting.
I should have left it in. I try not to make the show description too long.
Well, before I go, I want to say I don't know who invited him, but Mick Rambo Hatton is here. He's on the.
Oh, okay.
I don't
You're
know.
here.
All right,
Welcome.
welcome. Rick.
Okay, so back on to introducing who are I say guests, but really friend of the show. So Monica, thank you so much for coming. Monica Lynch. Monica, you're well known for all kinds of work, but especially for this work about the criminal justice system, where your family has suffered so much. And I'm just so sorry that you've gone through what you have with your brother, with your son and sons, both sons, one particularly, and the heinous way that people are treated in the criminal justice system is totally criminal. So thank you for all the work you do, Monica, and thank you for coming.
Well, thanks for having me. And like Jerome said, I am not going to stop fighting. There's so much
Right.
injustice out here that if you don't have people willing to give up their time, then we're all going to get walked over. So I'm
Right.
going to keep on trying to fight for the next 50 years.
Well, me too. Me too. And then last but not least, Donna Robinson. Donna, you are just such a talk about a woman warrior. I think of Betty Jean and We Are Women Warriors, and we are women warriors, and you are prime among them. So thank you for coming and for all your work and all your efforts for your daughter and for everyone. I know that you are an advocate for just justice and kindness and everything good that we need.
Thank you so much, Vicki. It's an honor to be here with Monica and Jerome. Monica was remiss in letting the world know that she is an Army veteran.
Oh, I know she is.
Marine Corps.
I'm sorry.
You,
She's
that
a
was
Marine.
just a-
No, I
She's a
knew
Marine.
that.
She's a veteran.
Veteran.
And I met Monica maybe 3 years ago. You were honored here in Buffalo for being the first. Tell them what you did. You were the first.
The first woman of Western New York to receive a combat action ribbon.
Now that
Warrior.
that right,
Right.
there
Warrior.
impressed me. And we've been together ever since. I've shared her victories and her down moments.
Right.
Her whole family, has suffered egregiously.
Right.
And just like she's going to keep fighting, I'm going to be fighting there with her because, we're in this together. And if it was not for the sacrifice that she made, you were in high school, graduated from high school when you went into the military. If it wasn't for the sacrifices that she made for us, I mean, we wouldn't even be able to do this work.
Well, when we bring up on the military, I think though, I have to come back with, I am, yes, thank you for your willingness to put yourself at risk and sacrifice for us. That is huge. And that is really monumental. But I am far more impressed with the warrior work that you're doing right now, because I do feel, that most of what we know about the military activity is that people may be there with the best of intentions, and they're there out of love and out out of devotion, out of sacrifice,
Out of
but
poverty.
out of poverty, very much so, very much so. It's the economic draft. However, it's the government using people's goodwill to ill, where we end up with a lot of problems that are really about defending the interests of the corporate powers. But anyway, that's another topic.
whole
But we
nother
still.
topic.
But
Thank you
when
for
you
your
bring up
service.
Thank you
the
for your
military,
service.
I have to bring that part
Well,
into it because it's not about what you did or didn't do. It's about the military. What is
But
the
that
military?
prepares you for this
It
paying
prepares
fight.
for this
Oh yeah.
fight.
'Cause
Oh, I'm
you
sure.
need all of that.
Oh,
to get
I'm
it.
sure. And actually, well, there's AmeriCorps and other kinds of public service where we really need to be just as serious. And the one thing, that's one of the things, the devotion and the real sacrifice that people give. So it is huge that. And anyway, let's not get off the track too much on that because we have a lot to cover today on our topic.
Well, let me say
So-
something really quick. But why you think we're going to talk about what we want to talk about? All of this is intermingled.
Oh, of course it is.
Because what she was part of is the military industrial complex.
Oh, yeah.
Like we're going to talk about the prison industrial complex.
Right.
All these complexes make this country
Honey.
the bastion of bull that it is.
That's why I call it Fear Inc.
Yeah.
It's Fear
But
Incorporated.
I just want to.
Yeah.
There's no. We're going to talk about something specific, but that it goes across the board.
Oh, it does. It does. And it's all about putting money and others, really greed or racism and all of those things get the money, the resources, the attention, the efforts, and the rest of us, we're pulling in the other direction for people and the planet. And it has to be for people.
I'm appalled
You know?
that they even incarcerate veterans. We have a lot of
Yes.
veterans, and they get overlooked inside the prison system.
What?
They
Sure.
get harsher
Okay, but
sentences
anyway.
than anybody else.
So before I know we're really taking off here, but so just to get back a little bit into the rhythm of let's go round on value. So the actual topic of this, I had to check what is the actual topic of the show. Our actual topic is criminal justice needs. So it's really needs, and I want to say and activity, the activity that we're doing that we want people to get engaged with and help with,
Right.
because there's a lot of things going on right now that we need people's help
Yes.
with. So those are the needs. The needs is help with these activities. So the criminal justice needs, when you think of what's needed in terms of criminal justice, what are the values that you think of? So let's go around on that.
Unquestionably humanity. And if you can't see another person, regardless of their station in life, regardless of any mistake they made or didn't make and just part of the system,
Right.
If you can't see the humanity in another human being, then you're not human yourself. And we've got away from the value of humanity, of at least on the level. I'm not talking about corporate America. I'm not talking about all the liars and the power brokers. I'm talking about us as individuals. We don't even greet each other anymore. And what the system like prison industrial complex needs is the need an acknowledgement of these are still human beings. That incarcerated people's lives matter too.
Right. Oh, absolutely. Absolutely. Unquestionably. So you're so right about humanity being, and putting people first is so important. Looking at people's needs. So
Yeah,
Monica?
exactly. They walk over them before they get into the prison system. And once they in there, they make sure that they dig them down deep so they can't get out of there. Now, Timothy Howard, he wasn't any good. But now you got John Garcia, who's still just taking money.
worse.
They just went and gave him 2 helicopters yesterday. And I'm
Really?
like, why did you spend these taxpayer money to give him this when he ain't doing anything to change or reform this jail? He wants a new prison, but he don't want to do anything with the one he have. He's talking about he will give the medication. Then he will make a pharmacy that's state of the art. He'll do a gym. He'll do a fantastic I can't even get it out.
Plantation.
It was a plantation, that's
do
for
a
sure, because they not getting no
plantation.
skills. So that's what it is, a plantation. But he's all right and he's smiling. And then John Flynn coming back to the scene every time something is going on. But he did so much corrupt
Racist,
stuff. I went to
pedophile.
him before my kids could ever get into any trouble because of their disabilities, and asked, why couldn't you put them as a vulnerable person? He couldn't give me no answer for it, but to say, well, I can't help you because they ain't in no trouble now. But, when they get in there, what you want to do? Kill them. And that's exactly what happened. Now I have one twin dead.
Right. Such a heartbreak.
Yeah, nobody
so
wanted
sorry.
to be accountable.
Right.
And they still don't. My son died November 12th in mid-state.
Right.
Nobody has him on record. Far as I'm concerned, he's still placed in mid-state because the attorney general and them are still doing the investigation. So they haven't even put him on nobody's tablet saying that he was found unresponsive and he's gone. So every day I have to just going back and forth in turmoil because I know that he's gone. He's not coming back. I can't hug him again.
Right.
Egregious.
So terrible. So sorry. So what do you mean that they haven't reported
They
his
haven't.
death?
They're talking about the deaths from last year, March, that they're
Right.
going to trial and stuff for now. Mid-State and Robert Brooks and all the other people that they
Yeah.
killed. But my son, Bernard Lynch, you don't know that he's dead. Only reason you know is because I've told you. But they haven't publicly said anything about him. They
Really?
waited
Even
3
to
months
you?
for an autopsy. No. And they're going to say accidental choking? My son did not accidentally choke at no 28.
On what?
He was coming home 2 months from then. Then they had the nerves to send his property on the day he was coming home, which was garbage what they sent me. They could have told me it got lost. You don't send no mother that kind of stuff.
So sorry.
They don't
It's just so bad. It's just so bad. So for the like you said, putting humanity first and putting people first, as he wasn't, especially putting more vulnerable people even before that.
Yeah,
right?
because he
Because
shouldn't
people
even
aren't-
been in a prison.
right.
be
If you have low IQ, that
Right.
is like borderline, you have mental and developmental disabilities. If
Right.
they would have gave him a different rating and just said that he was a vulnerable person, rather than this is one more black person that when they do get a case, we're going to stick it to him and we're going to make sure that the mother and us don't have to be bothered with him because it's out of sight, out of mind. He's just going to be another number, another dollar, and that's what we're going to do. We're going to get her some justice, but by killing him, you didn't give me no justice.
Oh, of course, no. That's total injustice. That's total injustice.
Yeah, I've been fighting with them, the New York system, for over, I don't know, a decade and a half just for the right placement. The OPWDD, developmental mental, they didn't do anything either.
Right.
You want to pay half of somebody's rent, and that's what you're saying, oh, we took care of them. You didn't take care of them. I wanted them in the proper housing where people
Right.
that's vulnerable couldn't be taken abuse,
Advantage of.
advantage of.
Right.
People
right.
coming in their house trying to take over, make it into a drug house, or trying to pistol whip them for a television, or just go in there anyway and violate them. But they didn't have a placement, so they didn't care. So for them, that
It's
was the
back to-
alternative.
It's back to actually violence done by, it's state or
State-sponsored
government
violence.
sponsored violence, because of violating people's rights. So people have a right to be safe, and so when
Yes.
people are more vulnerable,
That's only if they see
need
you
to
as
be-
people. That's what
Right.
If they
that's my
see
whole
you.
idea of
Right.
humanity.
Right.
And we look at our. I know you had an agenda, for us to talk about, but I'm sitting here and I know the story. Unfortunately, I've been to the funeral. I've worked, tried to help. What we talking about is just this: the most vulnerable people in our society, they have criminalized, and then they
Right.
just kill them or just discard.
right.
And mental illness is not something that, just like our skin color, is not something that you can decide.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? It is a disability that's supposed to be, as if you're a human, another human, you help with and you throw as much help and resources. My son has a disability. If he didn't get the resources that we had to demand and fight for him to get,
Right.
he would be no different than Bernard.
Right. Right. And your son is doing such a beautiful job. I am so happy whenever
I am entirely proud of him.
Yes.
But that's not the point.
Yeah,
Too many of them
everybody knows.
I
end up.
get, no,
yes,
absolutely.
Too many
Your
of them
point
end
is
up like.
very,
Too many end up like.
that's
that.
for sure. That's for sure. And more stories behind that, too. So, anyway, going to you, Donna, for the values that you think of when you think of the needs, the criminal justice needs.
Where are the mores of these individuals? What you know, you've had to have some type of an upbringing, some type of a knowledge of right and wrong, and you
Right.
know in your heart of hearts that what you're getting ready to do is an unforgivable sin. To take, advantage of someone that's developmentally and intellectually disabled to the point where you murder them, and not for anything. I took Monica to Auburn.
A place where he should have never been. He only had a minimum of 3.5 years. Why was he
Maximum
left
security.
in a maximum security with that kind of disability and stuff? That's why I said
Right.
he never should have been placed where they
No,
placed
right,
him,
of course
period.
not. Of course not.
And the treatment that she received that day from the facility, from the officers there, to have driven all that time and to go down there and to be abused. Basically
No, is
abused.
this
You're
after
trying to
he
visit-
died?
No, this is
No, this
in the
was
beginning.
before.
This is before.
This
Oh,
was
this
the
is before.
beginning.
Okay, this was the
You know.
beginning. Right. Mm-hmm.
Which she said he should have never been placed in that maximum
Right, of course.
facility.
Of
But they
course
don't
not.
care. And this is the thing. They put them all together like a melting pot for disaster. They know that this is a tinderbox and it's going to explode. Like in Bedford Hills where my daughter is. I can't even wrap my head around the fact that she's being housed with men. I mean, men with the genitalia, with the hair and everything, because, they want to go through the sex change
Changes.
operations. And New York State was providing them. Now I understand, right in the middle of an operation when they've got you all geeked up off of these steroids and everything, and your mind is playing tricks on you because you don't know where you are or who you are, they want to cut this off. We're not paying
no.
for any more surgeries. We're not doing
Oh,
this. So
no.
now what are these people supposed to do?
Right.
You're in limbo. You're going to act out.
Right.
You're going to try and get attention. You're crying out for help. Somebody, please. And this is what we try to do every day,
Right.
to be the voice for the voiceless.
Right.
But the three of us can't do it by ourselves.
No, of course
And
not.
there's 30,000 people incarcerated more in the state of New York. I know we are not the only ones. We need everybody.
Everybody.
Everybody, they mama, they grandmama, the people next door. You go to church with, the ones you work, because everybody has done something. You might not have gotten caught yet,
Sure.
but you've done something.
Right, of
And you
course.
never know. One day you walk out that door, and somebody will take you out of character in a split second. You will ruin the rest of your life. You will be guilty until you're proven innocent.
Exactly.
And New York State's going to hold on to you because you're like black cotton. You're a commodity. You're worth money to them.
Well, certainly the carceral system, the jails and prison systems are all about money right now. There's
Well, they always been about the money. That's why the community, not cages, is the most important thing.
Right. So, and for me, the value that I want to talk about, back to, I've got to do it. Truth and love. So the truth of the matter is, as you're saying, the ways that people the rights get trampled, that people get trampled, that people get chewed up, spit out, or even just killed off.
Yeah, because when they locked up in that cage, they can't
Right.
get out. They're not like us. They
Right.
can't walk away. They can't
No,
run
right,
away.
right.
They are caged up.
They are totally stuck. And so that's the truth of the matter. And that it's bad for everyone. That's also the truth of the matter, because we know it's bad for when, the corrections officers, they're not living happy lives in a general way. There's more domestic violence,
Drug
substance
abuse.
addiction, and all of that
Alcoholism.
going alcohol,
Crime.
crime, all of that is going on because it's an unhealthy, sick environment. So that's the truth of the matter. And love, the one thing I want to say that this will come out more too as we talk about it. So not only, like you said, all of us have done something wrong or whatever it is, that there's also the difference between the carceral system of prisons and jails and the deportation and detention and deportation systems. Those are not two different systems. They may be operating under slightly different or organization or something like that, but the fact of the matter is they are amassing. They're trying to get a bunch of warehouses that they're going to turn into detention centers. And who do we think might go in there?
We
well,
will.
mostly the most vulnerable will go in first. That's what they've been doing. The low-hanging fruit means the people they think they can go after: trans people, black people, BIPOC people who get, but
People
also
with records, criminal
people with
records.
people with disabilities,
Yeah.
people with
or
mental
just don't
health
even
conditions.
speak English. They going after
And-
all of them.
And those of us who are fighting for
Right.
them,
Right.
we're also going to be targets.
They're gonna
So,
get us
and
all.
just anybody could be a target if you're not going along with the program, which the program is a white supremacist patriarchal
Yes.
program that is, a class-based, with the rich getting richer, which we continue to see. So anyway, that's so much for the values. So let's talk about some of the needs. So one of the things that we could talk about is calls that people can make to support some of these bills that we were talking about. So maybe each of you wants to take one and talk about it.
Yeah, I as much as I didn't bring anything to give. We have these tools, these social media
Right.
toolkits and all that, and I'm all for that. I know they work is because you can get more out with people who don't. Some people don't even read it; they just hit the button and they know it goes there. I think that's part of the problem.
Uh-huh.
We should be engaged.
Right.
And that's what we're talking about. We need help. And I'm not saying that we need help like we're carrying the banner. We're doing what we're supposed to be doing. Are you?
Right.
The question is, we
Well
keep talking
put.
about holding other people accountable.
Well put.
What about holding ourselves accountable? You've been in prison, your family been in prison or in jail or unjustified in some way by the system, whether it's child support, whether it's family court, whatever.
Right.
We know that's what it is.
Yeah.
And yet you sit on the sideline like a spectator watching your life and others be disrupted. And then when it hits you, you want to reach out for help.
Yeah.
I'm not going to turn anybody
Right.
down. You know why? You know why I don't turn nobody down? Because I feel if they came to me, then they feel I have the ability to help them. And I'm going
And
to do
also
the best
it's your
that I can.
compassion,
Yeah, I'm
that's
going to do
why.
the best that I can.
right.
And I don't worry about it because if I give my best and it doesn't work, I did what I could do.
Right.
You can't expect more than that.
Exactly.
But we don't give anything. I speak at colleges, churches, schools, radio. We do this. These women are out all hours of the days and night,
Right.
all up and down the state in all type of weather. And people complain, but they do absolutely nothing. You got all these God-fearing, God-loving church-goers who got all this faith, but no works. And it's right there in the Bible. Faith without works.
Is
Right.
dead.
Amen.
Right.
So what
Amen,
we doing now, we
amen.
living these lives of faith. I'm a human, I'm doing this,
I'm
but
a
you ain't putting in no work. You ain't putting in no work. That's why I said we need warriors.
We do.
You know what happened? Really quickly. There's an African story about how from generation to generation, the more you get, the less you're willing to fight. The less you have the appetite to be a warrior. We're supposed to have warriors at every stage. You can't proceed without them.
Right.
You have to have people who are going to fight. And if you're not going to fight, then that's what I'm telling you. Whoever's listening or watching,
Right.
what are you? Are you part of the problem or are you part of the solution? In
Right.
this thing right now, there's no middle ground. We used to have gradations and gray area that you can sit back and say because of this and because of that. Because of what? What you gonna tell me now? They didn't took everything. accept your life now, and they're coming for that
They
next.
coming.
So what are you waiting for?
Right.
What,
No,
what,
we
what do
need
you
to
what
do
what?
we need to be doing.
I hope you ain't waiting for somebody to come out the sky and come and smite
No,
them,
not yet.
because that's not what's gonna happen.
No.
So you know what I'm saying. So my pitch is, these ladies, myself, gonna be out there no matter what.
Well, and me as well.
Right? I said these
Yeah.
ladies.
Oh,
I said
okay. I
these
didn't know
ladies
if
and
I
myself.
counted.
Oh, you count.
Oh,
You
okay.
hey, listen. We doing this on your
That
show,
show.
right?
Right.
So
Right. Well,
these
that's
ladies
why-
and myself, you gonna see us there. Are we gonna see you?
We hope to see you. So, Monica, what
I
would you
hope
say?
it.
What would you say for what you'd like to see people do? And it could be about calling or
I want
what
them to
you-
do everything to represent, period. I want them to stand up, open their mouth, open their eyes, their ears, and then start demanding more. We have not had a victory for anything. Everybody won't work because they think they don't got a victory. We don't
Preach.
have a victory for anything.
Right.
The HALT Act has been passed, and they already trying to dismantle it in all kind of forms.
And they
so if
haven't.
we
Never
do not
implemented
get
it.
these
Right.
QR
Haven't
codes
implemented.
and different things and other stuff, nobody is going to have any justice because people are not standing up and demanding it. We are not getting no food. We are not getting no resources. We are not getting anybody to do anything, but they're going to spend billions of our tax dollars to mess up the White House, something that was already perfect. They're going to dismantle that
Right.
to rebuild something that was not needed. Every time we turn around, our money, our blood is
Right.
just getting poured and spilled all over the place.
Right.
And I am hurt. Like they said, being a veteran, when they tore into that Capitol building, they tore my heart. That
Right.
was something that was
Right.
uncalled for. And people right here in my
Absolutely.
own environment, my own area, were some of the ones that were up there doing it.
Really?
Yeah, those
Yes.
the what you call it, the Proud Boys. They're from right here.
Right. Oh,
Rochester,
we did have
Buffalo.
a lot of people came
yeah,
from
and
here.
he let them
they
out within
did.
one day.
Yes, they did.
That's the one thing. Everybody laughed because they thought Trump was a Trump and he was just talking and being a clown.
Oh,
he
no.
is a clown, but guess what? He said what he was going to do, and that's what he's
Oh,
doing.
yeah. Oh,
he's
yeah.
tearing America up in pieces
right,
and
right.
taking all of our money and laughing at us.
Right. Right.
And telling us he's making America
Okay.
great again.
Yeah.
Go
As
ahead.
if it ever was for black people.
Right. Right.
Anyway, I digress.
No, you didn't digress.
I did. Go
No.
ahead.
No,
Ask-
go ahead. No,
ask
your-
me
your
the
turn.
question.
Well, the question. Well, so and here I'm thinking that people will talk. Well, first of all, this is part of the problem. Is what we need is so dramatic in terms of change, and then what we're going. So how do we go after it? Do we go after it? You know, I mean, so there's the bills like the Marvin Mayfield and the
Second chance.
Look at.
Yeah, the Earned Time Act
Earned Time Act
and the Second
mandatory
Look Act.
minimums, et cetera, et cetera.
And the- yeah.
Those are not the only bills on the table.
No,
We-
there's a whole
and
justice-
QI,
and
and
the
qualified immunity. And
Yes,
that to me is
qualified.
more important
Right, that is so
because
important.
that would stop them from killing government officials, correction officers, police from killing us and getting away with it. See, when they do it, they get a slap on the wrist. We do it, we go to
Going.
prison for life.
Life,
And
right.
life doesn't always mean you coming back home.
Exactly.
Right. Oh,
Because since I've been doing this, so many people have advocated for my friends, my loved ones, my fictive kin. We celebrate what it would look like if our loved ones came home.
right. Yeah.
I can't even wrap my head around that. I just think that would be the
Yes.
answer to
Yes.
all of my prayers. Like all of my
yes.
prayers would be answered if our loved ones came home.
Yes.
But they won't put these mechanisms in place to look at people. Who are you now? I'm not the same person I was when I first started this.
Right.
I'm not the same person I was 5 years ago, 3 years ago, 3 months ago, 3 weeks ago.
Right. Right.
I'm losing sleep. I'm losing weight. People are calling me all hours of the day and night. And I feel like all I can do is tell them, well, this is what you can do. Call your legislators. Talk to them. Get a relationship with these people because it's because of you that they're in there. If you voted for them, And if they don't do what you want, you've got the power to get together and get them out of there.
Right.
I know this for a fact.
Right.
So call them. Let them know who you are and what you want. And if they don't give it to you, we used to say shut it down. I say kick them out.
Kick them
Oh,
out.
definitely
Kick 'em
kick them out.
Kick them out because we don't want that. You're taking money out of our pockets, and money is hard to come by. It really is. Everything is
Yeah.
going up except our income. I don't even know why they call it income because there's more outgo.
Outgo.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
Outcome, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh.
So that's a misnomer right there. But you're robbing us blind in the name of what? Oh, safety and security? My ass.
public safety.
Forget about it. Because the real criminals are still out here running around.
Oh yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Well, the real criminals are actually running the government.
Well,
I
I
said
was
they're running it.
yeah, yeah.
Look,
Hey.
I don't want him to shut this program down like he did Jimmy Kimmel Live.
Oh,
so
yeah.
I did not go there, but you know what I'm talking about.
He will.
You know.
Yeah, oh, I know.
What I'm
we
talking
know.
about.
Oh, we know. Yes,
They
we
are
know.
some of the most criminal-minded people.
Absolute.
They talk out their neck.
absolutely.
First of all, you're lying. I don't know when you're telling me the truth, and that, in my eyesight, that's a crime to lie.
Right.
Because a lie can get somebody killed, locked up. People are in prison
Well,
right
and then
now
there's
because somebody
perjury,
lied.
There's everything that they've been.
So,
committed.
you know, this is what you can do. You want to don't sit on the side of your bed. Oh, woe is me. I can't do anything to change it. No. There's strength in numbers, and I know this. You might not be able to get out there and speak. You might not be able to go knock door to door, but I know good and well you got on that cell phone because you're on it all day. I see you on social media. I see you on social media,
All day.
just like you on Facebook talking about what an old girl across town did. You need the CYA. And if I got to tell you what that means, then you might want to look in your Webster's dictionary.
Right.
Because
right.
nobody,
Duck, duck, go it.
thank you,
Yeah.
nobody is going to escape the wrath of this government that we're under right now.
Right.
Nobody. So you
So-
better deal with it now because later it's going to be too late.
Right. Well, that's why we said we are all under attack. We are all under attack. We're all suffering. If we don't see it or we don't feel it, we will come to see it and feel it. So I want to say a word just for the jail for the Justice Roadmap. So because the Justice Roadmap has, what is it, like 30 bills, something like
At
30 different bills
At least.
that would help. So they're all needed. There's a few that they really, the ones I just mentioned that they spent a little more time on, you know, with the Communities Not Cages efforts. You know, with the Earned Time Act, the Second Look Act, and the Marvin Mayfield Act, and they're all none of them's about just let people go. They're all like take another look at it in this way, you know. And back to what you said about how people are changing. So that is part of it, but there's also, you know, getting out on the street. I want to say that's not the only part that's needed. Voting people out, that's another part. But I'm very thrilled that we're going to have this wonderful Mother's Day event on Friday, May 8th. So if people want to talk about that, I don't know if we want to go round on that.
I definitely want to talk about it. I mean,
Yeah.
So this is a quasi Mother's Day event, as everybody should know. You know, this weekend is Mother's
Coming
Day
right up,
weekend.
yeah.
But it's not going to be a good time for everybody. You know what I'm saying? There are a
Right.
lot of mothers who are going to be feeling lonely, feeling
Right.
heartbreak because
Right.
their son or daughter are not here,
Right.
either physically not here because
Right.
of the abuse of the system or locked up. There are
Right.
a lot of mothers in there who are
Right.
going to be feeling the pain because we always seem to forget about the women, but look who's represented here.
Right.
They're going to give the men
Right.
all the shine, but look who's out here fighting with. I know they beside me. I
Right.
don't see all the men beside me all the time, and
No,
that's
right.
that's no shot at anybody. That's just the fact of the matter.
Fact.
You know,
No.
you were just promoting this roadmap and all those bills, but I Donna, both of them mentioned, and I have to come back there not because I'm the one that was involved with Hall, but because it is indicative of what the problem really is now.
Right,
We're
right.
looking
No,
at the
you're right.
federal government and saying, This guy's crazy. But if the same things are going on right here in the state of it,
We're one
why
of the
run by
worst.
the supposedly Democrats? So
Right.
Which is worse. On May 8th, we're coming out and we're saying
11 a.m.
Yes, 11 a.m. and that's by the wall. What do you call it?
Freedom Wall.
Freedom Wall,
Freedom
Ferry
Wall.
in Michigan.
Ferry in Michigan.
Yeah.
In the heart of the Black Corridor, the historic
Yes.
Black Corridor,
Yep.
and all of that good stuff where they gave us a $500,000 arch, but they rebuilt the suburbs. That's a disaside. I'm sorry. I just had to
Right.
say
No,
that.
you're, yeah. Please
An
don't
arch for
hesitate.
$500,000, but they rebuilt millions of dollars. Okay,
Right.
so we're going to be out there. I'm sure all of
Yes, we'll all
unfortunately,
be
I'll
out
be
there.
speaking and you'll hear my voice again. But we're coming out because there are other than the mechanisms that we proposed in the Community Not Cages package. Those bills you just talked about, those three. There are, like Donna said earlier, there are a slew of bills, like the ones on the Justice Roadmap.
Right.
But there are bills that have been on there for the entire time I've been involved in this.
Right, and they
like
get
the
kicked
parole
down the
bills.
road, and then nothing
the
happened.
parole bills.
Right.
And the elder parole and fair and
Right.
timely parole.
Right.
These bills have been on there and not even voted on. I'm not saying that they got majority support in both houses and haven't even been voted on. What process do we have that a bill can have 2/3 of the legislators who represent the people saying this is what we want, and it don't even make the agenda to vote on it?
Outrageous.
Besides that,
Outrageous.
that's asinine. What system do we have where 3 people go in the room and determine what everything is when you got millions of people who've already weighed in on this is what we want?
Right.
That's one problem.
Right.
The bigger problem of that to me is that none of this stuff is for us. So we're asking, we got men and women in prison who have been there way beyond any usable service to the system or
yeah.
to their crime.
Oh,
we
certainly.
have the largest amount, the third largest amount in the country of wrongfully convicted people. These are people who didn't do what they're in there for.
Right.
Because there's somebody on there going to type in and say, oh, well, you committed a crime, you need to do time. Everybody ain't committed crime.
Right.
When you're the number 3 in the country of wrongful convictions, and we see every day somebody exonerated,
Right.
something overturned.
Right.
So we asking you to come out and stand with us. Like Dallas, you don't have to say anything. We got enough talking heads to stand with us to show support that we have a system that is not broken, that is working the way they want to, not the way we need it and we want to. And it's time to break it.
Yes.
These bills, like the parole bills we'll be talking about that day, they break the system of a stranglehold on who gets out. Because while they going to talk about, oh, it's about public safety. Public safety is not only about who you lock up, it's about who you let out. Because there are men and women going to come out here going to promote more public safety than the people who got the badges supposed to be promoting public safety.
Man.
Right.
Yes. There's a man right now, Brian Borden, who wrote to me like 2 weeks ago. Now I'm suffering and pain and trying to go through my son's stuff because, like I said, they haven't even made him accountable,
Official.
saying that it's official.
Right.
So Brian has been in jail 16 years and he's saying he's innocent, but they won't give him the second chance. So people like that got 32 years and their wife is, in hostile environment because she's fighting for her life right now and she can't see him, and it's just so much turmoil going on because they're breaking up the whole family period unit.
Yes.
And that's what I guess it was designed to do, to break it all the way up.
Yes.
But it's people out there that can help. And if you can't come out on May 8th, you can go next week on May 12th
Right.
to
Thank
Albany.
you for
There are
bringing that.
free trips. You can get on the bus and you go out there.
Get on
They'll
the
feed
bus.
you and you come on back safely. But you can go right there to Albany in the Capitol building and get your name, get your word, just be seen. Why they saying it ain't no numbers, people don't really care. They saying that because the 2,000-3,000 that do come up there is not enough. We need more people marching and demanding that they change these laws, that they look at our stuff. They can't have something on the book for 5-6 years and then tell us, oh, it was overlooked. They overlooking it because we're not questioning them. We're not demanding that they go and do a second look at it. Reparations, all of that stuff. The governor had this stuff on her plate for years too. Nobody looking, nobody demanding it. We must start demanding what's going on. I would have went out there on St. Patrick's Day, but I didn't want to be down there at the holding center. Because you ain't going to keep looking in my face, laughing and thinking it's okay.
Okay, amen.
My son dead, and you're going to say, well, he only got 6 more months to go. He'll be okay. Well, he only made it 4 more months. He's gone. Then all you can think of is, oh, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Sorry for
You
what?
are sorry.
You had a chance to
Yeah.
do some justice. If he even getting ready to get out, you could have put him in another placement so that he can be getting ready for that transition. You didn't give a damn.
No.
So I'm not going to give a damn when I'm out here marching and hollering and all that either.
Thank you.
I'm going to let everybody know what's really going on.
Straight.
So with
no
the
chaser.
so for the communities not cages, which wait here, trying to
Yeah.
show it there. For those of you who are watching us on video, now some of you will be hearing this on. It'll be Monday, and so on Monday, the very next day, the 12th is the day. So what should people do if they want to go to Albany that day?
Contact Voice Buffalo or some other organization that's going to provide
So
the bus
Voice
trip.
Buffalo will be the one. So people should.
Yeah, Tyrell Ford, Voice Buffalo, are one of the groups who spearhead these trips. And if they're not directly involved, they will know who to get the information to.
They'll let you know where to come up to meet the buses.
Right,
because
right.
they're not coming to your house
Yeah,
to
of
pick
course.
you up. You
No,
got to
no.
do some kind of work, people.
So
You
that's
got
why
to
I'm
come
saying
out.
You gotta
the
get up at
Western
4
New York
o'clock.
Peace Center, we have it on our website, I know, and on our listserv about how people can get hooked up with that trip. So go to WNYPeace.org, look at the community calendar where there's a bunch of different events, and this is the event for the 12th. So hopefully you're hearing this now, and you can do it in the
But
Here,
Sorry,
do it
but-
now.
but if
Let the
if
buses be filled. Don't wait around and then say, oh, I didn't have a ride because you're going to go at the last 10 minutes. No, start calling now so the
Right.
bus can make sure that you have your available seat.
Right.
If it's not enough seats, they can get 2 or 3 more buses. Just let them know what's needed. And we need everybody.
right.
And just say, I would like the people to know that come, if you're hearing this Monday, we doing this today, you're hearing this Monday, it's the next day. If you have the availability and you're really concerned and want to get involved, go to the bus. There's always people who have good intentions to go, sign to go, and life being life can't make it. There are people who don't always fill up the buses, not always feel like they should be.
Right.
If there's a seat, they will put you in it.
Right.
So come out. Don't say, well, it's Monday, it's tomorrow. I
too late
can't
now.
go.
Right.
If you ain't doing nothing Tuesday or you want to do
Just
that,
show up.
Show up at the bus. Show
And
up.
that's for next week. But there's something going on in Albany all the time.
all the
so it's
time.
no reason
Right,
for y'all to
right,
say
right.
that y'all can't make it for 5, 6 times.
Right.
There's free buses all the time. You
Right.
can fight for any bill, anything that you
Right.
feel justified for. Come
Yep.
out and stand up.
Yep. You're so right, and it's all connected. But I know there's been trip after trip that just if you're talking just criminal justice system, there's
Yeah.
environmental,
Yeah.
there's all kinds
Yeah,
of
every
phenomenal-
month.
you know
That's why I
that-
said just look
yeah,
on the
there's-
websites and you'll get a whole view of what's
and
going
we do
on.
list a lot of them, but anyway, so there's just a whole lot of need and opportunity to get out there and be part of making people.
And if you
making our
want,
voice
the
heard.
Change.
exact information from the group that is spearheading that campaign, you can go to the community
Center, the
Center for Community Alternatives.
Right.
CCA. If you look that up, go to
Right.
the CCA, Center for Community Alternatives website.
Right.
They believe me, they're gonna tell you everything you need to know, and in your area where you can go and meet the bus, and or who
Right.
you to call to
Right.
make reservations. So,
Right.
Center for Community Alternatives,
Right.
CCA. Go to that website, and you'll know all the dates for all
Yep.
of the trips.
Oh, and share it with your family members because it's not just from Buffalo. It could be
No, no.
Rochester,
Yes.
Syracuse, Utica, all
You
over.
got-
So
all
let them
over the
look.
state. Yes,
And
that's
of
right.
course, New York
In New York City, yeah,
more
there's
than
buses
anything.
leaving from all
Especially.
areas of the state. Yeah.
Yep. Donna.
And this event on Friday, I'm not saying Happy Mother's Day because, as you said,
Yeah.
it's not happy if
No.
your child, your loved one, you're not joined with them. And we know with everything that's going on with the visitation in the New York State prisons, this is intentional. They want to further break down the family structure. You know, I always go back to, well, I was born in the 50s, so in the 60s, they locked up all the men and left the women to be in charge of the families. Then they locked up all the women. Now, who's raising our children? You know, our kids can't read and write. They don't have to. They've got AI. They don't know how to write their name, sign their, or read cursive because we don't have to. We've got Google. But there's a time in your life when you're going to have to stand up for something.
Right.
You know, you're going to have to like Jerome said, hold yourself accountable.
Right.
You know, my mother raised me to believe that only the strong survive and everybody's not going to pass the test. And I was blessed. I had my mother up until last year.
Right.
A lot of people weren't that fortunate.
Yeah.
And this is going to be hard for me this year, doubly hard because my daughter's been gone for 10 years. She's a grandmother.
Right.
And babies are being born every year that she's not able to hold. And I've got to tell her, I got to tell her about her grandchildren. Your baby learned how to walk today. They said that first word. This is not something that we should have to experience vicariously.
No, right.
We birth babies. And my mother told me that's as close to death as you come when you have a baby. So why would you want to separate us from our children?
Right.
So hell no. This is not going to be a happy Mother's Day.
No.
Right.
If you want to make me happy, put these mechanisms in place and open up these gates.
Yes,
and
yes.
look at these human beings and let them come home.
Let them come home.
Let them come home
Yes.
and raise their children and tell them about the things that you experience inside because it's hell. It's hell. And some things are so unspeakable they can't even tell us about. I know.
Right.
My children couldn't tell me what was going on because they knew I'm an emotional cripple and I couldn't take it.
Break you down.
I couldn't. And I would never, ever take anything from an incarcerated individual. People hear me talking, they're like, oh, how many years did you spend? Not one day. Not to say that I can't or I won't. This is something that I've experienced ever since I was a child. From my uncle going to prison, to my brothers going to prison, to my sons, my daughter, my grandchildren. I'm a great-grandmother, and I'm not going to sit by here and let my great-grandchildren say, Nana, you could do something, but you didn't.
No, well, you are
So
doing
if you don't want your generations to come to say, oh, you could have did something. You had the power to pick up that phone, send that, hit that link. It says here, and it'll do the work for you. You don't have to put in your name or anything. It pre-fills and all of that and sends the message. Call them up. Talk to them. Whether you think they're listening or not, if you keep calling, they're going to know your voice. They're going to hear you, and they're going to have to, okay, I hear what you're saying. I can't tell you how many jackets I've cried on of senators. I don't care. I don't care nothing about your jacket because you didn't care nothing about killing my loved one. Your jacket can be replaced, but a life can never be replaced. And that's the worst thing to take from a mother. It's a child.
Of course. So people need to come out. We need
Get
to
up,
come
get out and do something. Don't
Yeah.
let the world pass you by. And that's not just lyrics to a rap
Yes.
song from the 80s. This is the life.
Right.
Facts.
Right.
Facts.
So Friday, May 8th,
May 8th. I'll be
11
down there.
a.m.
11 o'clock.
11 a.m.
Very
Come on.
Ferry in
Michigan.
Michigan at the
Michigan.
Freedom Wall. You
Ferry
can't
in
miss it.
Michigan. Yep.
Mhm,
At
Ferry
the
in
Freedom
Michigan.
Wall.
They have the
Come out for
murals,
that.
park in the parking lot across the street, Bethel AME Church.
And we can also make sure that the information is there about the 12th for anybody who
Yeah,
didn't
yeah.
manage to get it together, because this is airing. This is where I got mixed up. So this is airing on Monday the what is it? The
The
it is
11th.
the 11th, right? It'll be the 11th. So but also if people come out on the 8th,
Friday.
we'll also the Friday, this upcoming, day after tomorrow, we need to have the information there too for people to sign up right then and there, or also know where to just go to get on the bus. Because as you say, the buses or the vans are not usually full, so that we can squeeze a person in. Somebody thought they could come who overslept or whatever. There'll be that opportunity. So I think we've covered the major things that we wanted to cover. And one of the things that we've always been covering is just how unjust the criminal injustice system. That's what I call it, because it is criminal what it does to people, and it couldn't be more unjust when the white collar criminals or the big time people with the big money who get the big lawyers get off or get to be in a country club
probation, or talking about some pay back the money, which
And
they don't
then-
even pay it all back, restitution.
No. But anyway, we have a very, call it broken, call it working the way that it's always meant to, because it certainly is. But we call it that we're done with that. That it cannot go on like this. And part of what's going on, we need radical change for people, for justice for people. And so we will just get a very brief, just your bottom line. Just give me your bottom line here, Jerome, and we'll go around.
My bottom line is that stop falling for the hype and the lies. The hype and the lies. They keep telling you that this is about public safety. It's not about public safety.
No.
They keep telling you it's about justice. It's not about justice.
No.
They keep telling you about law and order. It's about law and order. It's
No.
not. It is a propagation of slavery at 2.0. So corrections is not about correcting anything. It's about continuing what they have always done. Found a class and usually us. And I don't like that BIPOC. I mean, I know that's what people look, but there's no people of color without black people. So we're not the people of color. We are the original color that started everything. And
Right.
They,
Well, that's true.
No, I'm just saying.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
this is how they try to dilute you with all these terms and names and stuff. My bottom line is, get involved. Do something.
Right.
Do anything. I'm not telling you what to do. You don't have to fight for HALT. You don't have to fight for the community not catered. Fight for something. Stop fighting against your family and friends, and fight for something bigger than yourself.
Right.
Whether it's impacting
Thank-
you directly, like
Sure.
your family, or not.
Thank you. That's so beautiful, Jerome. It's from the plantation to the penitentiary. We're gonna change it. Go ahead, Monica.
Jerome basically said everything that I wanted to hear and wanted to be told.
Yes.
But I would like to thank Mickey Kearns, because he personally gave me his rosary to pray with and stuff. And it's not the one, your necklace, but one that I can hold in my hands and have on my keychain, so it can be with me every day, every moment. So I would just like to thank him. But I want to tell everybody to just please come out. We are needing you to come out. We
Yes.
are breaking down. You might see us crying. You might see us
Yes.
walking sideways, but we're
Yes.
breaking down, because this is something that 2-3 people cannot do by themselves.
No,
We
no.
need hundreds and thousands to come out each
Right.
time that we're doing something to show that we are not making up something.
No.
This is something that needs to be changed, and we don't have the power to change it by ourselves. We need you. We
Yes.
really do.
Yes, we really do, and you deserve it. You deserve all the help in the world, and we have to change it. There's been too much pain, Donna.
Well, first, I'm kind of glancing at the comments, and I
I've
see
been-
Ivy, Vanessa, Yapeli is in the comment, and
Well, I think it was Zany mentioned her. He's
Yeah,
calling
Danny's
her
calling-
in.
Right.
Yeah.
well,
Or something. Now that might be
She
who said
voting right.
preach mama. And there's Tyrell Ford
Yes.
said rap use justice, thank you. And don't forget voting rights. So
right.
and we don't forget you on sometimes we can't see it because it keeps going up. That's one thing.
Yeah.
But also we have lots of people with lots to say. But we do appreciate your comments, and you're so right. Rap, youth justice, disability rights, and community not cages, and voting rights.
Shout out
So
Tyrell Ford.
we need to do a show on that too. And we need to get you on a show there too.
Yes, Tyrell.
Tyrell, one of these days pretty soon. And Donna, so just to because now
I'm gonna say,
Okay,
well, okay.
No, you got because
I was starting to say that was the first time that I went to the state capitol. I didn't know what was going on, but somebody said we're going to the capitol. I got up at 4:00 in the morning. I got in the car with Ivy. Didn't know her, other people.
Right.
Went into that building. Looked at all that opulence. I was smitten because I said, this place was built on the backs of black and brown and
Right.
indigenous people. How dare us not have a voice in laws that are used to govern us?
So we will. And that we will. And thank you for your voice, because your voice, you speak truth in love. And so
Loudly.
I want to say this is Talking
Loudly.
Peace. Thank you all so much. I couldn't be more grateful to you
You got
all
a
for
minute.
all the work you do. Thank you. Thanks a million thanks. And this is Talking Peace, and together we've been talking peace in truth and love. Yahweh.
Yo.
No.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much. It's a wrap.